kind of defending Jay never stole anything. And, that's just not true.
Let's compare what Stuttering John says, how Howard Stern felt about him, and what Howard says.
Well, he says they started jaywalking on the Tonight Show before we did the homeless game.
Get out of here. They weren't even on.
Please. And then he starts in with I don't remember Howard ever doing the chicken bit where the chicken picked picked football teams to win.
Oh, he's got a spotty memory.
And he's
Yeah, they had, remember they had the thing where they were betting on football games and they had a chicken picking against Artie, I think. And,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember, they would do that a lot with Artie, right? They had a dog cheating contest with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the chicken beat him badly, too.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure did.
Artie, mush.
But you know what? He just shouldn't be involved in it. And I was kind of nice to him recently. I had him over to my home for dinner.
Yeah.
Because Beth's friends with his wife, but...
So this is the thing that he always brags about. Did you spend the night at his house, shitwaya? Did you? Right? He always says that. This is that trip he's talking about. And listen to Howard said, I was being nice because of my wife, right?
Nice to him recently. I had him over to my home for dinner. Because Beth's friends with his wife, but John's dead to me now. I don't want anything to do with John. John can just drop fucking dead. And after Jay fires him, which he will, because Jay wants to fire him already. Let's be honest. You think Jay really wants you as a writer, John? There's about 1 million fucking comics out there that blow you out the door. He's doing it because he took you off this show, you dumb fuck. And stop sticking up for Jay every minute. Just shut up. Stay out.
Wow. You dumb fuck. Wonder where he got that from. Yeah, and you're right. Jason and Will did take the chicken in. Yeah, they ended up moving it into their apartment.
Out of it. It's none of your business. And you know what it is? John's probably nervous as shit, so he's inserting himself into this argument. From now on, I will not talk about John. He can drop dead.
Yeah, because it's always
talk about something else.
It's always good to try to burn two bridges at once. If he's doing bad at the Tonight Show, he should be burning his bridge with Stern, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That way, in case maybe Howard would have felt bad for him and hired him back if he got.
If there's a rake anywhere, John's going to step on it. And he's the one who put it there.
Okay, maybe not. I mean, again, once I've been told once you leave, it's over. They're back.
He's like security who doesn't have a gun, but he'll take a bullet for you. He'll just stand in the way, the guy shooting you. That's the service John provides. And he'll do that for anyone who will give him a steady paycheck. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. See, Jay? See how loyal I am to you? Did you see my Facebook post?
What's the matter, Master? We sick? I'm just a house Negro. What can I say?
About what if Artie does one of these gigs coming up? I mean,
the fact of the matter is, don't paint me, a guy who gave you a break in life, to be some little boy who cried wolf. I've got a pretty major fucking career going, John. When you have my kind of career, you fucking have a right to chime in. Woo! And despite your writer status now he's a writer. I've seen the shit you've written. I saw your movie, and I was nice enough not to comment on it, but it was a piece of shit.
The relationship you thought you were building turns out to be just a one-time transaction. So you're back to it.
Howard Stern gave...
Do you guys see this movie? One Too Many? It's like an amateur high school movie. Just like everything he does is like... No talent, no skill, no finesse. Just bullshit. And they got an opportunity and screwed it up.
One Too Many, no comment. He said, but it was a piece of shit.
I'd rather not talk about it, raves Howard Stern.
Howard Stern said, let's move on.
That is now he's a writer. I've seen the shit you've written. I saw your movie, and I was nice enough not to comment on it, but it was a piece of shit. And just shut the fuck up. You don't really have any business talking. And out of respect for your wife, I'll fucking leave it at that, because I could bury your fucking ass and talk about what's really going on.
Woo! So, you know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means, right?
Well, it means Beth has been talking to Susanna, and he has the inside scoop on how she's really feeling about the relationship.
Well, not only that, but it sounds like John may have been caught in some hijinks to me.
He didn't get caught. He hit on every woman near him, like he does now. Just grosses people out.
Yeah. That's what I hear from that little hint he gave. Out of respect to your wife, I won't bring up. I could bury you right now.
Yeah. God damn.
Fucking leave it at that, because I could bury your fucking ass and talk about what's really going on.
Don't worry, I'll do it myself.
What? You never got pizza from a different pizza place?
Just calm the fuck down. Don't write about me. Be happy you met me. Be happy you got a break in life. And just shut the fuck up. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Asshole. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
He managed not to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he's so smart that he managed not to drink the Kool-Aid. Like, just shut up. You had a lot of good years on this show, and a lot of good things happened to you as a result of it. And now be quiet.
And nobody's asking you.
Yeah, nobody asked you who ripped off anything. I know what I created. I know what I did on the show. And even though you're an expert on me and Jay, guess what? I'm a bigger expert on me than you are. So shut the fuck up. Because you really don't want to stir up a hornet's nest with me. Because I will go berserk, and you know it. Shut the fuck up. Use your head. Sorry. They took away the announcer job. Now he's holding on for dear life, but now he's Jay's big defender. You maybe more sucking up will get you to hold on to your new job. Calm down. If that's how you're gonna hold on to your job by bad-mouthing me, you got another fucking thing coming to you. And and just leave me the fuck alone. You're out. You're out of my life. You're Jay's problem now, not mine. Let him handle it. All right, thank you, chump.
And also, too, fuck Eric the Midget and fuck Stuttering John. You know, hey, Howard, I predicted a few years ago that Stuttering John was going to backstab you. But I thought...
Oh, you're right. Stuttering John is a backstabbing cunt.
I don't know if Artie's
Come on.
Wow, that's a drop.
Yeah, amen to that.
aware of.
I don't know what Artie's aware of. I don't want to upset Artie at this point.
I'll tell
Very
you
dumb.
what.
And the genius that Stuttering John is. Wise investments, real estate, all his genius moves and his IQ. He has a credit rating of 440. He has to use his mother to co-sign for everything. So with all the money he was given, Jay Leno's salaries and commissions, he did nothing with it. He ruined his life. It's unbelievable. He would have been better off staying at home, living in the basement like the retard that he is. And I don't mean to insult retarded people, but he is this man is a retard.
I heard a little bit of this.
I don't know. I don't want to upset Artie. He's very delicate.
You don't want to go into it at all?
No, here's the thing. John's a prick who puts his fucking foot into areas where he should stay out of the hot water.
See, now the last time
I
you
have
were...
a problem with Jay Leno. It has nothing to do with John.
Yeah.
I believe material of mine is being used on that show.
Right.
Bits that I've done.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone listens to this show, they know that our homeless game preceded Jay's jaywalking, the whole concept of us going out and asking idiotic questions to everyday people. The whole concept of us, for example, making people work for their plugs.
Well, like he says, everyday questions for common people, for dumb people. What he meant was the stripper game. That's how it started. It was,
right.
Asking a stripper what temperature does water freeze at.
Although we don't do it as lamely as Jay. It's just there are certain concepts that are being lifted. we used to do a thing where a chicken for a whole season picked the picks for the NFL.
And easily beat me.
Yeah, and easily beat Artie, and it was a very funny bit. And in fact, Jason and Will, John's two good buddies, lived with a chicken.
The chicken, yeah.
And John knows all this, and it's really none of John's business. I mean, I've always been nice and kind to John, and gave him his first job, and if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be anywhere. The fact of the matter is, the guy should shut his fucking mouth. I think he's such a fucking loser. He lost the fucking announcer's job. Now they gave him a mercy fucking booking as a writer. He should shut up and count his fucking lucky stars.
No, just think about how lucky John is. Any other person who does a job badly and gets fired from that job would not ass end into a different job at the same place.
Right. I mean, a different job with worth a ton more money.
Yeah.
And you were terrible at your first job.
Years ago, Ralph Sorella said, John will lose everything, his family, his wife, his jobs, and live like a homeless guy somewhere in an apartment. And that's exactly what happened. And even then Howard said, oh, don't say that, it's not nice. We don't wish that on him. But that's exactly what happened. Ralph was correct. The other thing, that so-called band of his was a poor version of a high school garage band. Terrible.
Terrible at the second.
Yeah.
We gotta wonder why. Why did Jay, I mean, if he has the power to fire and hire people, why didn't he just get rid of John in the first place?
Well, it's well known that he doesn't like to fire people. He likes,
And
Thought you could sweep me up so easy. Just wait and see. Twisting tightly will break. You've been
John in the first place.
well, it's well known that he doesn't like to fire people. He likes,
and
go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and John literally relocated to the West Coast from the East Coast with his entire family
Right.
for this job. So I feel like one of the theories is that people have said that Jay felt like he owed it to John, like he felt bad. He couldn't just, and he probably would. Maybe he thought he was going to go back to Howard, and then they were going to trash him, again about this. Who knows?
Yeah, he doesn't want to take the loss of saying, yeah, I did something.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that maybe hopefully Jay heard this rant from Howard, because then he would probably be like, no problem then.
Well, Jay was a nice guy, didn't like confrontation, and was just a decent guy.
But here's my question, right? Like, you hear Howard calling John a dumb fuck. You hear Howard saying you're a loser. Is there any possibility that John has listened to this episode so many times that he's using this is his vocabulary, because this episode lives in his head?
Yeah, I don't think he even has to listen to it a lot. I think he's one of those guys. He hears something once, and it gets, that he thinks is derogatory, and it gets stuck in his head.
I have a photographic negative memory.
Yeah, it's the one thing he does remember forever.
About a month and a half ago, you read something from somebody that somebody sent you about he was doing well at the Tonight Show. He stopped drinking. His family was good. And then all of a sudden, he just hit rock bottom. Like, he hit the deep end. He started drinking again. Maybe this was the point where he started.
With Letterman, and Letterman had the younger demographic.
Mm-hmm.
That was the cool show to watch. Was Letterman? Older people watched the Tonight Show, so Howard was what the younger people were listening to. So why not start getting that audience?
I feel like if you were a fan of comedy, if you had a good sense of humor, Letterman was your show.
Right.
Over Leno.
Yeah. That's what when you were in college at that time, you would watch Letterman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I don't know. Maybe it's not his head writer. Maybe it's some other fucking writer. But one of these writers, or Jay himself, admires what I do.
And incorporates it.
And incorporates the stuff they like into the show. And it wouldn't be the first time it happened.
Oh,
David Letterman has done it.
Kool-Aid.
David Letterman's done it, but then I called him on it, and he said, you know what? I have to be honest. I heard Howard's mother on the air. He incorporated his mother, and I decided to put my mother on the show. That's a man. He stood up, and he fucking said, yeah, I don't care if somebody takes something from my show. Just be honest about it. That's all. Don't fucking call me on the phone and go, you're just saying everybody steals from you. No, I don't. Jerry Seinfeld never stole from me. I don't say everyone. I said you did, Jay. You creep. And I don't ask my staff to drink any fucking Kool-Aid. The fact of the matter is, go to the tape. I sent my tapes off to Jay Leno.
Did you?
Yeah. I said, you're calling me a liar. Here's tapes of me doing this shit way before you've done it, asshole.
Wow.
Yeah, he went full Brennan on Leno.
I mean, to Howard's credit, you know, they're great ideas. He's, you know, a foundation of comedy.
Quicker that way. I think once that first time, he completely changed his outlook on John.
Listen, people like John are fun to hang out with.
Yes.
You know, they have more confidence than they deserve to have, so they're going to do stupid, crazy things, and they're entertaining in that way.
Well, especially around Howard too. He's turning the performance up to 11, right?
Right. And yeah.
But even then, Howard got sick of the bringing your wife and family to a Florida meeting and charging everything to the show, and doing bits and all the stuff that he did.
And when people like John want something from you, they can be really charming and but then he started feeling a little more comfortable, thinking he was on the same level as the rest of those guys, and that's when the real John came out.
Absolutely. Thank God for that.
And I think it's the disloyalty feeling that he got from John, from trying to get all these business deals behind Howard's back, trying to get those IPOs, trying to get those investment deals. That's, I think, I mean, that builds up, and I think that happens a lot in John's life. I think
Howard got sick of the with its beers, using his name for everything, Howard's name, when he told him explicitly not to. All the stuff he was doing added up, and he constantly got on the air and called them stupid, don't do that, and was frustrated with them a lot. But he let it go because he knew it was good bits.
He wonders where everybody goes in his life. He wonders why people betray him. But in reality, we all know the truth. He betrays everybody else.
Right. And he's too dumb.
Stories is a feature that might feel a little bit familiar to some of the other social products that you use. And this is all about allowing a really...
In my New York gear, I got my Giants football hat, and I got my Yankees, the muscle tee. I'm glad that you're...
Look at this delusional moron. He thinks he has muscles. He's 4'11", weighs 220 pounds. He's got deformities all over himself, and he's the best genius. How delusional and narcissistic can you be? And to do a cameo and look like he's looking right now, it's embarrassing. And the stuff he says, he knows his kids could be watching his wife. And his kids are in their 20s and 30s now, so they're not kids. And family, his mother, his sister. You know, unbelievable, this guy.
I'm sorry, but he's so focused on...
He can't even do a bicep pose correctly. He looks like a retard.
Wanting us to stay focused on his arms, on his biceps, but all you gotta do is look down and look at this gut that's just pouring out over his pants, the seatbelt.
Oh, I thought the airbag had gone off. Oh, wow.
It does look like the airbag.
His arms look like half-finished chicken legs, you know, when you just take a few bites out of them and you throw them on your plate. Oh, man. The sinew. Just the sinew and the little bit of the skin is left on it. God almighty.
Even Weetard.
His face is melting over his collar. His quadruple chins. Yeah, I'm in the gym every day. Yeah, right. The gym just happens to be next door to the pub.
So, come on, John. You're not making it easy. Yeah.
That's my new favorite guy.
Strong delusion. Yeah, Santana, I'm behind on the show. Just saw the puppet move bury that thing up.
Would potentially be worth cat. It would potentially be worth.
I got 2 of those.
If only her cameo was a minute 15.
I'm pretty sure that Mark Hudson is the guy that wrote the lyrics. Something wrong in the world. Is Mark Hudson the one who was married to Goldie Hawn?
Yeah, I can never get those Hudson brothers.
Well, it says Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, and Mark Hudson. That's the guy who wrote some stuff with Bon Jovi, didn't he? Yeah. What is it, Stuttering John?
No, Mark,
Oh, I thought you were in here to complain about the lesbian.
No, I was going to tell you about Mark Hudson, because I wrote a song with him, too, you know. My album coming up.
Did you really?
Yeah, but...
How'd that happen? Both ends of the showbiz scale.
Wrong in the world.
Gary goes both ends of the showbiz scale.
But actually, that song's supposed to...
Is something wrong in the world today?
You know, he told me that song he had for 4 years now. 5 years, something. And you wrote Living on the Edge.
Living on the Edge?
Yeah.
Why don't you write that song with him? How come Aerosmith got it?
Well, they're Aerosmith.
He's so his dad. You didn't even realize. Sing Twinkle Twinkle. Sing Howdy Doody. Why don't you sing Living on the Edge? Why don't you write it?
The good stuff. Where's your? Let me hear the song you wrote with him.
I don't have it.
He wrote Little Jew Boy Thought He Was a Coon. And they were out, thought he was a bigger moron than they even remember.
But, I'll bring it in if you want.
What?
I don't have it with me, but I'll bring it in if you want.
What? Did you get in a room with Mark Hudson?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I ended up drinking beers with him and hanging out.
How'd you hook up with him?
And he was on the phone telling the...
I wish I could have been there for that session.
So we were writing I was writing the lyrics.
Were you nervous when you wrote with him? Because he's written a lot of hit songs, that guy.
Well, at first, but then, we started drinking and stuff. And then he was... And then
a couple of beers.
Had a couple of beers. So he got on the phone with his publisher and told him to come over, and I came up with
you off real... Come up here. And she goes, you want me to put the paper bag on my head? And he goes, I don't want to fuck you. I just want to show you off real quick.
Meeting and everyone could go. Oh, okay. So we changed the name of the meeting.
For you.
Office meeting.
If someone is an intern for 4 years, finally gets paid, so he's not an intern, then he's still called it, what is it? I'm going to be perennially the intern?
What
was that word?
Perennially the intern?
You're an intern with an album deal. That's what you are. Right? And if the record bombs, you're an intern without an album deal. That's it. And if the record's a hit, you're an intern with a hit record.
Can you imagine if your boss telling you that he throws your paycheck out of pity? Yeah. Well, you run back there to do some more work, huh?
Well, I've had enough of this moron. So maybe tomorrow we'll review more. There's some good stuff with WATP I'm going to look at, too. All right, guys.
All right, very good, John. We have to finish the news.
I'm going to tell you, so Mark Hudson supposedly is dating Cher now. That's the...
No, big deal. Who hasn't?
You don't touch Eric Clapton.
You're practically getting a third base with Eric Clapton.
I tapped him on the shoulder. I swear that's it.
You're part homo. Get out of here. No lesbian show for you. Just because I've been reminded of your incident with Eric Clapton.
Now he's
Get out of here. Go back to dreaming about lesbian shows. I like having the power of the lesbian show to hold over everyone's head. Very powerful.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Bye, Johnny.
I didn't want to